And we begin in Washington, where many of our nation's leaders still find themselves buzzing with excitement and inspiration after listening to President Trump's patriotic State of the Union address. That is, except for the malcontents, folks like Ilhan Omar, the Squad, and a bunch of their fellow far-left radicals. If they went a little further to the left, they'd fall off the flat earth. In case you missed it, during his lengthy speech, the president triumphantly boasted about our country's resounding success, bragging that in just 1 year, we've transformed our country unlike ever before while creating what he calls a turnaround for the ages. Furthermore, throughout the evening, he also took repeated swipes at Democrats, whom he called sick people, while accusing them of destroying our country, promoting voter fraud, and causing our nation's current high cost of living with their failed policies. In one especially riveting moment, Trump takes direct aim at the staggering fraud and corruption in Minnesota, in particular blaming pirates from the Somali community for ransacking and pillaging an estimated $19 billion from American taxpayers. Sock it to him, Chief. Apparently, those specific comments were simply too much to bear for the one and only Ilhan Omar, the ill one, who was lounging in the back of the audience alongside one of her fellow Squad members. And with the insult hitting much too close to home, she rudely responded by interrupting the speech and screaming "liar" at the top of her charming little lungs. Later on in the evening, when the president brags about his administration's wild success in curbing illegal immigration and safeguarding our border, Omar and her pals intrude once again. Jeering loudly, they shout from their cheap seats that he's basically killing Americans before walking out of the chamber in disgust prior to the speech's end.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
It's like they say, the truth hurts. Hey, Squad crew, don't go away mad. Just go away. Among the other visible protests by Democrats in attendance, profanity lace pins and a number of inflammatory signs, one of which was so provocative that it forced security to remove a sitting congressman from the building. And meanwhile, a number of other Democrats chose to show their displeasure by skipping the speech altogether. Well, yeah, that's because they couldn't catch an Uber. Hey, for their part, Congressional Republicans fervently approved the president's message by repeatedly giving him a standing ovation. And in one instance, when Trump says Democrats should be ashamed for blocking the removal of illegal immigrants from our country, they can be seen drowning out Omar's catcalls by chanting USA over and over again. Don't know if we have video of that, but I saw it during the speech. Pretty tasty. Meanwhile, the Somalia-born Congresswoman's ill behavior is also attracting boatloads of attention all across the country. Among others, conservative actor James Woods is now accusing Omar and her pals of making complete fools of themselves during that speech, in particular calling her a terrorist-loving parasite who's nothing more than insufferable scum. James Woods getting all fired up. I like that. Final thoughts, and this is the News Roundup Lowdown, and here's the bottom line. And just like 47 said all those years ago, Editor Pranav, roll tape, please.
The state of our union is strong.
Yeah, it does feel kind of strong. Now, look, the final aim and goal of each and every State of the Union address is for the president to yak it up with Congress and simply say to everyone in the room, sit down, be quiet, listen up, applaud at the good parts, laugh at the funny stuff. And unless you're a Democrat, look, just enjoy the big program. Let's have fun. P.S. Standing ovations, absolutely, always encouraged. I think you got a couple of them. As you know, under his expert leadership, the border is secure, the economy is bouncing back. Big city crime, yeah, it's getting beaten down. Massive fraud is being addressed, as we all know. And as triumphant as his first year in the White House has been, in the words of Ronald Reagan,
you ain't seen nothing yet.
Absolutely, it's getting better and better. Honorary mention to the most ill person in the room, Ilhan Omar. Yeah, you know my deal. I always call her my little bucket of sunshine. She threw a lovely little temper tantrum calling the chief a liar when he mentioned fraud in her crime-riddled state. That'd be Minnesota, by the way. The boss was not lying. And newsflash, it's universally acknowledged that her state is being investigated, as you know, for billions and billions of dollars worth of fraud. Also, Madam Moneybags, how about thanking President Trump for not calling attention to your unexplainable $30 million windfall? How'd that happen? Yeah, 47, he had your back. And why not put on full display some of that 5th District appreciation and simply say, thanks, boss? Now, look, the speech, it's long over. Messaging was vibrant. Critical missions are being accomplished every day. Clearly, there's more work to be done. But at the end of the day, this administration will do something which the previous administration failed to do, and that's leave office after 4 years with a nation in better shape than the condition which they found it in. And in my mind, that is an epic accomplishment. Hey, Bill Thomas here. If you like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. And don't forget to check out our channel, News Roundup with Bill Thomas. And that's where you can catch our full program and more videos. And we'll see you right back here next time.